Hello everybody, my name is Akio-san, and welcome to another pack opening video. Today we will be opening a Streets of New Capenna set booster. I just picked up one of these, and I believe Capenna has just been released to all stores either yesterday or the day before. So if you have not checked out any of these packs yet, be sure to check it out. It's a lot of demons and the different gangs and crime families, and then you have even actually a new Praetor. You have Urabrask on here. So you have a lot of very interesting things. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. And the little backstory of Capenna is it was a plane that was made by like angels, and the angels, I think they either left or they all got killed off or something, and now the plane has been run by demons, in particular the different 5 families, which is very nice, especially because I know how many demons there are. So on the back we have a mini game for Demons Do, which you have the objective as a member of the new Capenna crime family. You make a name for yourself by showing off all your ill-gotten profits, but keep in mind the most valuable trinkets go directly into the mob boss's pocket. Get ready. First, each player declares allegiance to a crime family. The families are the Obscura, the Maestros, the Riveters, the Cabaretti, and the Brokers. You pick the same family as another player. Each player opens a booster, sets aside all cards without magic card backs, then shuffles the remaining cards to form their face-down deck. Each round player draws until they have 4 cards. Each player then places 2 cards from their hand face down in front of them as a profit. When finished, all players simultaneously reveal their profit cards. And together, the mana values of their own cards, the player or players with the highest total mana value discards their profit cards. The boss requires payment. If any player boss payment includes a land card, that player instead places the land in their bank to be counted later. Real estate is hot right now. Each other player puts both their cards into their bank to be counted later. Crime pays in New Capenna. To win, after the 5 rounds, discard any remaining cards. Each player totals the mana value in their bank and earns that many points. Lands are worth 3 points. Players earn an additional 2 points for each card in their bank that has the same watermark as their chosen crime family. The player with the most points wins. Ties are shared. That's a little mini game you can play then. Alright. And then first off, we have an art card. The art is for Mage's Attendant. So that's a neat little thing. Then our first card is a foil full art island. That's very fancy. So it's like a river going through these different like buildings and skyscrapers. That's pretty neat. Then we have Broker's Hideout as the first card. It is a land, and it says when Broker's Hideout enters the battlefield, sacrifice it. When you do, search your library for a basic forest, plains, or island card. Put it onto the battlefield tap, then shuffle, and you gain 1 life. That's pretty good. Our next is Obscura Storefront. It is a land that when it enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice it. When you do, search your library for a basic plains, island, or swamp, and put it onto the battlefield tap, then shuffle, and gain a life. That's pretty good too. This is the same one for the Maestros, which is an island, a swamp, and a mountain, so Grixis. Our first uncommon is Pyre Sledge Arsonist. 2 and a red for a 2/2 Vashino Shaman. You may pay 1 and tap it, and he deals X damage to any target, where X is the number of permanents you've sacrificed this turn. That's pretty good in like a Rakdos Aristocrat deck. Then we have Glittering Stockpile. 2 and a red for a artifact treasure. You can tap it, and it adds 1 red. Put a stash counter on Glittering Stockpile. Sacrifice Glittering Stockpile. Add X mana of any color, where X is the number of stash counters on it. Then we have Involuntary Employment. 3 in a red for a sorcery. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn and make a treasure. That's pretty good. Then we have Rob the Archives. 1 in a red for a sorcery with Casualty 1. Now, Casualty is this ability that says, as you cast this spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power 1 or greater. When you do, copy that spell. And of course, the power will change equal to whatever casualty number it is. But other than that, you can exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn, so that's not bad. Our showcase card is Rakish Revelers, which is 2 red, green, white for a Elf Druid Rogue. That's a 5/3. When Rakish Revelers enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 green and white citizen token. You may pay 2 colorless and exile it from your hand. Target land gains tap to add red, green, or a white. Until Rakish Revelers is cast from exile, you may cast Rakish Revelers for as long as it remains exiled. So that's not too bad. Our other showcase card is Disciplined Duelist. It is green, white, blue for a 2/1 human citizen with double strike, and he enters battlefield with a shield counter, which shield counters are a thing which is like almost like a +1 counter, but when it's on a creature or a permanent and the thing would go and be destroyed by anything, instead you can remove the shield counter and it'll stay alive, which is not bad. Our rare is Jaxus, the Troublemaker. 3 in a red for a 2/3 legendary human warrior. 1 red for tapping him. Discard a card. Create a token that's a copy of another target creature you control. It gains haste, and when this creature dies, draw a card. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Activate only as a sorcery. And he also has Blitz for 1 in a red. If you cast a spell for its Blitz cost, it gains haste, and when this creature dies, draw a card, sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Our foil is Murder. 1 black for an instant, destroy a target creature, pretty similar. And that is it. So we have a Murder, which is not bad. We've got Jaxus. We have our 2 showcase cards with Disciplined Duelist and Rakish Revelers. And then it looks like a lot of red. Even the rare was red in this pack. We have the 1 rare as a red card. We have 1 black card. We have 2 multicolored cards. We have 2, 3, 4 red cards. Technically 5 because this is just a red artifact card. So it's like we have a ton of red. I don't know why this pack had so many red cards in it. Maybe it just wanted us to have a lot of red. And then, of course, we got 3 of the different families' lands, the Obscura, the Maestros, and the Brokers, which is not bad. Those are all pretty good for color fixing. And then this very fancy schmancy foil island. So yeah, overall in this pack, what I would take as a draft pick is probably Jaxus. Just because the ability to make a copy of another creature I control with haste, and when it dies I draw a card, that's really, really strong. That, or I would get Glittering Stockpile, because this is just really good for extra mana acceleration. Or Involuntary Employment, because you get to gain control of something, and it would get haste and I make a treasure. That's not bad. And then Murder is always good too. If I'm running black, then Murder is good. And then these lands are really good for extra, like, fixing. But other than that, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And I hope you guys are enjoying the new set for a new Capenna. If you guys are, be sure to let me know. And without further ado, I will see you all in the next one. Be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Peace.